I talk to everyone. Well, that's except for one particular type of people. Girls. I was extremely shy around girls, didn't date much. I also was influenced by other people's opinions of me. I remember my friend once told me, "You walk like you own the world." For 2 months I sat there and I just was so nervous about the way I walked. A friend asked me, "How did you overcome that?" One day I woke up and I said, "I do own the world. The world doesn't own me." Another time, and I lived in a very small town, about half the girls in the town were all riding together, and one girl came up and she said, "You are so ugly." A year later, I was promulgated, but I wasn't able to enjoy it because I was affected by other people's thoughts of who I am. My defining moment in my life was getting a divorce. I realized after then I'm going to make sure I'm going to take advantage of every opportunity. I was on a plane as a business consultant, and there was a woman sitting next to me. I struck up a conversation. In the course of the conversation, she said her husband was an actor and a model. I offhand told her I'd done some modeling, and she said, "Well, why don't you pursue that?" Laughed and well, didn't give it a second thought. 2 weeks later, she emailed me and she said she wanted to represent me. And that's how my acting career started. On an audition, the first thing that you're going to hear is Mark. I didn't know who Mark was. I was looking all over for Mark. Mark is actually the little piece of white tape that's on the floor. So when you go into the audition, you need to find your mark. The reason that that's important is that puts you in frame. In business and in life, I found how important it is to know where you stand. If I have a team, it's important to know what not only my expectations are, but what their expectations are. That it's communicated effectively. And I also found for myself, not only finding my mark, but making my mark. Auditions and castings, the words are interchangeable, are so similar to business. In fact, you have a resume. Your resume is just like any other business. The only difference is your resume on back has your headshot. The next thing you're going to hear is action. Action is the process of doing. It doesn't matter how great a plan you have, action is so important. And that's why right now you are participating in your own business, in your own life. One of the things that I found is that not only is it important to be able to have action, but also to listen and take direction. In acting, if you can't take direction, it becomes really difficult to get rehired. The other part, I said this before, showing up. In acting, so many times, you'll get a call time, say the call time's 11 o'clock, people don't show up, it's 11:30. The next thing you're going to hear on set is going to be cut. Cut is basically the end of a scene. It's where you're supposed to stop. It's basically your red light. Now in South Florida, red light doesn't necessarily mean stop. If you look at cut, wouldn't it be nice in your life if you had a director that told you, okay, you have a stop, cut, it's time to sell the stock, or you have a relationship, or you have a business, cut, next scene. Those are the things that are really, they're transferred to all parts of life. In acting, it's a part of visualization. You visualize your scene and go through it. I now work for a private equity firm, and I'm on the phone all the time. So I visualize when I'm on the phone connecting with the person because we want to connect. It's what the chamber is all about, connecting. I also know through acting is how important it is to keep my energy up, especially at the end of the day. So no matter what, as you go out today, make sure and make your mark. Whatever you do, your choices create action and consequences. Know when to cut ties. There is a great book, Winners Know When to Quit. Knowing when to cut ties is such a great skill set. And the very last thing that you're going to hear when you're on set, ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap. Any questions?
Marianne, do you have a question?